Hello and welcome back to Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, the funny game where you fight people. That's about it. Where last time we finally got to experience Lapras' story, and let me tell you something, it was pretty sad, but it wasn't that. It was pretty interesting to see the ending of Lapras, or how Lapras came to be. It was pretty cool. We'll finally see the conclusion. Will JB's voice finally give out after reading so much? Probably. Alright. Let's go ahead and get started. Get the audio going. There we go. Alright, so here's the thing. Here's the thingamabob. Here's the thingamabob that's about to happen. So we finished as Lapras. So the only stories we have not started is Chie, Yukiko, and Akihiko. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't really care much for Chie and Yukiko. I mean, it's going to be the same as Yosuke and Yunarakami. So, what I'm instead going to do, I'll do Akihiko at some point, and I'm curious what this is going to be. But what I'm thinking about doing is going right back to Yunarakami's and seeing where the Yunarakami story picks up. So, go for it. Continue from cliff. Oh. That's a weird sound, but alright. Continue from cliffhanger.
You're lying. This isn't real. I'm not a machine.
Ah, we're going straight back into this thing. So if you don't remember in Yunarakami's story, we meet Aigis and Elizabeth, and now we're here.
You're not me!
Oh, dear Lord, this is how we're starting this. Alright. She denied the truth of the Shadow's creation. With this, the Shadow's face twists with evil rapture. Oh, dear Lord.
You finally said it! Now, I can be myself!
Uh-huh. Oh.
Yes, the power!
Oh, that's a problem. And here comes Adachi's theme. I'd hope I could save her before it got to this point, but that might have been impossible anyway. It's difficult enough to confront the truth, and in her case, it was accompanied by revealing the true form she's been so desperate to hide. She is a machine, and she was forced to perform painful acts that most likely no one would ever comprehend. The truth she was avoiding wasn't just part of her personality, but her actual body itself. I can't imagine the shock she experienced. But now that the reality she built of herself has crumbled, I want to help her. Oh my god, you're right. The background is quite That's a bit spooky. Lapras has denied her past in which she was forced to fight and kill her friends, and her pain comes out in long echoing screams. What has to be done to the heart to cause such terrible screams? There's only one thing we could do. We'll accept Lapras for who she really is. Place a bookmark? Sure. Oh, cool. We got a new scene. Oh, we're gonna fight Lapras. Her persona is Astrius? It sounds familiar. Like, oh, this might be difficult. Ah, it's fine. Come here! Oh, I forgot how to play Yunarakami. Ow!
Let's end this.
Ha! Nice, got it. Die, Zanagi no Okami! Oh, the myriad. Ooh. Nice. Good to see Izanagi no Okami. Place bookmark. Well, that was pretty simple. Wait, no way it's that easy. The power that Lapras' shadow had gathered dissipates. It's over. All that's left is for Lapras to accept the darkness within her. Wow, it was that simple. Dude, I'm so used to Persona 4 fights where it's like, it takes a good 30 minutes to beat up like Kanji or Rise. But will she truly be able to do it? I turn around, but Lapras hasn't moved a muscle. She's been avoiding having to watch the battle just now as well. What more can I do for her?
Lapras.
The moment I call to her.
There they are!
Ah!
Yukon! Lapras!
Hey, Chie!
Sister.
Oh, hey, Aigis.
Kami-san.
Chie and Aigis-san, and not just them. Yukiko and Yosuke are right behind them. And there were even more surprises.
Man, as soon as that invisible wall thing disappeared, I knew you did it.
We
Oh,
ran
the
into
invisible walls are
Aigis-san
gone?
along the way.
Sick!
She told us about Lapras and everything.
A little late, wasn't it? If someone told me what was going
Hey,
on from the
Kanji.
start, I would have.
Oh yeah, where you thought everything was a dream? Yeah, go you, Kanji.
You fell into the TV when you were half asleep. For crying out loud, you really know how to blow it when it counts.
I forget that's what happened.
Hey, what you going to tell them for?
I don't think this is the time for that.
Huh? Naoto? Yeah, we were surprised too. The job she was on turned out to be related to all this.
Oh. Kanji, who had been missing before we went inside the TV, and real Teddy are here. There's even Naoto, who wasn't supposed to have been able to come to Inaba. It looks like the whole investigation team's been brought back together, and I didn't know it. Everyone says that Rise had told them pretty much what had been going on. Their smiles are encouraging. I turn to speak to Lapras, who has been silent at this time.
These are my friends. We've all faced our weaknesses at one time or another.
Lapras finally responds.
Your weaknesses. You've all faced your shadows?
Yes, we have. Except me. Nah, Arakami's too Giga Chad to face a shadow. Everyone gathers around Lapras. Lapras tries to shrink away nervously, but Rise is behind her and won't let her retreat.
Sheesh, enough doom and gloom. If you don't hurry and accept her, she'll get all lonely. But I'm a weapon who didn't want to fight. And I dragged you all into this.
It's okay.
You're still hung up on that? It's over already, dummy.
Of course. It's over already, dummy.
Your jumping skills were amazing, but you're surprisingly sensitive, aren't you?
What does that have to do with her jumping skills?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You're really cute, Labby-chan. You're so meta-luring.
Labby-chan? That sounds like something you'd call a dog.
Are you all listening to me? Lapras needs to face her shadow now, and
This was going well at first, but now everyone's talking about different things and we're completely off topic. Of course, that's not unusual with all of us. I have to laugh and I apologize to Lapras that things didn't quite wrap up I'd hope. Lapras looks back at me with a blank expression. Can't she tell that we're not treating her any differently? I turn towards Aigis-san and she meets my gaze. She nods silently, then stands before Lapras. She seems slightly nervous.
Nice to meet you, Lapras. Or rather, sister. I am Aigis, the 7th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon. I am your successor.
Oh. Lapras jerks up and looks at Aigis-san. At the same instant, Yukiko gasps in surprise.
what? Excuse me, but are you also?
Yes, I too am a robot.
You didn't know that? Alright, fair.
It just occurred to you now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Weren't you with her all this time, Yukiko? How did you not notice something like that? This is so like you. Once again, everyone looks towards Aigis-san and Lapras, the non-human sisters. Now that I see them standing together, there's something like a family resemblance. Maybe I've been wrong with this whole time. If Lapras is Aigis-san's older sister, then should I be calling her Lapras-san? Well, I guess that doesn't
My
matter.
mission to retrieve you has brought me here. My colleagues are waiting for you.
Are they gonna lock me up again? Well, considering all I did, of course they will.
Lapras' expression darkens. I hadn't thought about it, but if Lapras and Aigis-san are treated as weapons, it's no surprise that there would be measures to keep them in check. But Lapras shouldn't have to just accept it. If she truly is going to be locked up, I'll make up my mind and wait for what Aigis-san has to say next. But she smiles.
We can discuss that later. Right now, there is an important task you must carry out.
I gotta do this, huh?
Oh, you gotta accept yourself. Aigis-san quietly points at the shadow that has remained still while we've been talking. Lapras looks at the shadow, then turns away and casts her gaze down at the ground again. I see, so now I'm going to have to act.
It's okay. We're all right here with you.
I indicate my friends that have gathered around here. I had been forced to fight against my friends just as Lapras had in the past, but I've been able to endure the suffering that Lapras had not. Of course, I haven't been forced to fight to the death. But the biggest difference between Lapras and me is that I wasn't alone. What if I had been all alone in this place? What if everyone else had forgotten about me and I had to fight all alone? Just the thought of that hurts. Lapras has been forced to endure that pain. She must have thought that there was no escaping it. But she'll be alright. We're not going to reject her. It doesn't matter if she's a machine. She's not alone anymore.
Yeah.
Lapras slowly looks around at all the faces, searching each one for confirmation. Finally, she turns back to me and nods. Lapras then walks over to face her shadow. When she walks, she no longer seems to be bound by her fear. She then looks down at herself. She looks at the mechanical body and that she had convinced herself she didn't have.
That's right. You're me.
Lapras and her shadow turn to face one another and stare into each other's eyes. She cannot avoid looking at the shadow now.
You're the way I was on the inside, screaming to be understood. The pain wanting to be known. You're all I couldn't say. You were always inside me. You're me. A machine with a heart.
Mm-hmm. Yay, accepting yourself.
I'm sorry I ignored you all this time. I was the one who left you all alone. No.
Aww.
You are me, after all.
Oh, it's... I forget your name. I forget your name.
This is my persona.
I forget the name of your persona. Lapras accepts the existence of her shadow and obtains a persona. It's finally over. We take Lapras with us and follow Teddy and Rise to the school's rooftop where they say it's connected to the TV and Juness. The invisible walls are all gone. Perhaps there were walls like that wherever she came from, and she drew on that in making this place. But I have a feeling she's truly being freed from those walls now. As in confirmation, Lapras is slowly warming up to us, smiling more and responding to us when we start talking to her. Oh, we're back. Hey, TV world. When we reach the rooftop, we're surprised to see that the TV world has regained the studio-like appearance that we are accustomed to. However, there are two unfamiliar faces waiting for us.
Mitsuru-san.
Ah,
Akihiko-san.
hey, how you guys doing? These people have overwhelmingly intense presences, but thankfully they don't seem to be enemies. The moment we see them, we tense up, but after Aiga-san calls out in recognition, we learn that they are her friends.
I'm Mitsuru Kirijo, Labrys's handler.
Yes. A bodysuit like something out of a movie with a fur coat on top. It's a look that doesn't really work, but her name immediately reminds me of something. The Kirijo group. And if she has the same name, she must be quite an influential person in it. The research organization that developed Lapras and Aiga-san must belong to her.
I'm Akihiko Sanada. Sorry for all this trouble.
Hey, you guys are fine, don't worry about it. The man with the red cape appears to be quite comfortable with Mitsuru-san and Aiga-san. He must have been helping them fight shadows for some time. Is there some reason why people on shadow extermination squads have to dress like crazy people?
So,
Yep.
what's going to happen to Labrys now?
Before we fully introduce each other, Yosuke asks Mitsuru-san what's been worrying myself. I know all of us must have been worried about this, but I was waiting for a good moment to bring that up. Even Yosuke seems to have realized how out of line this question is, and he shrinks back sheepishly, as if regretting having asked the question. I know why Yosuke's worried, but why does he keep stepping on landmines like this? Well, there goes the music. Well, if he's already stepped on it, we may as well wait for the smoke to clear and see if there's any answer.
Well, you deserve to know. We were thinking of sealing her away again.
But that's not what she wants. She don't want that. They were thinking? Did something change their minds? Mitsuru-san turns to Lapras. There's a smile on her face, but if she smiles for the reason we hope she is...
But our report from Aiga says that thanks to you, Labrys has acquired a persona.
Yes.
She's hardly a rogue test unit anymore. Besides, she has a heart. We would never treat anyone with a heart so poorly.
Yeah, we did it!
Yay, we did. Wait a minute. This music.
Thank goodness! I'm so happy for you, Labrys!
For some reason I heard this music and I was thinking PQ, but I don't think this is from specifically PQ. It might be, but I don't really remember. My friends roar in excitement. Lapras looks around at all of us, bewildered before saying anything. Even though we've only known her for a very short time, we've already come to accept her as our friend. Mitsuru-san's words come as a great relief, as if I'd be worried that she might lock me up too.
Good job, guys. Let me say thanks.
He speaks without any hint of concern, but I see a touch of gratitude in Akihiko's son's eyes. He certainly looks, how could I put it, old, but if he must be an honest and upright man. I guess I could call him Stoink? What? What is that even, huh? There's a distinct, you know what? I'm not even gonna try. There's no way that people so considerate would neglect the goodness of Labrys's heart. I see that Lapras can't believe everything she's hearing. She turns from Akihiko-san back to Mitsuru-san.
You're not gonna lock me up again? No fooling?
Yeah, I don't know what the word stock what
We
means.
only seal away objects. If I did that to you, knowing you have a heart, I'd be no different from the Kirijo Corporation of old. Labrys, you've been blessed with good friends.
Lapras looks stunned for a moment, then scrunches up her face as if about to cry, but then her face lightens up with a brilliant smile. Who would think that anyone capable of making these expressions was just a machine? I find myself almost moved to tears as well. We're just about to leap forward to congratulate Lapras once again when... what? Oh, that's a problem. Lapras' head droops suddenly like a puppet whose strings have been severed. I'm about to rush over to see what's the matter when I see Akihiko-san take a fighting stance. I realize that this is no ordinary matter. Suddenly, a bizarre voice emanates from Lapras.
It's not over yet.
Hello? Wait a minute. Why? Why is this song playing? This is the final boss of Persona 4. Why is this song playing? This isn't Lapras' voice. This abnormality seems to have made Mitsuru-san come to the realization.
What? It's the same communication system as ours.
Everyone, step away from Lapras!
Oh, yeah, listen to Akihiko. Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san rapidly shout instructions to us. We all spread out and watch Lapras from a distance.
I cannot gain access. She is being hacked. It isn't coming from inside this facility. The signal originates elsewhere.
You mean outside the TV?
Outside the TV, that's right. I cursed at myself for having forgotten what was supposed to have been the cause of all this. All this was going on because Lapras had somehow been placed into the TV. So there has to be someone outside who threw her in. The same person who stole Lapras from the Kirijo group then threw her into a TV. It now takes a direct control over her.
This is just a little extra resistance. Now, entertain me.
What? The nonchalant voice fills with malice. With a dazed look in her eyes, Lapras looks up and dashes forward. She's fast. I barely dodge her axe in time. Surprisingly, I look up at Lapras once more. Her eyes are blanks, as if she wasn't looking at anything. Those eyes were once filled with strength of responsibility and an awareness of duty. Her face had once been filled with sorrow over the painful past. And she had smiled when she had found real friendships for the first time in her life. Whoever is controlling her has stolen all these things from Lapras. Then we'll save her
no matter what you try.
Yes. And I guess we're fighting Lapras again. But this time with her real persona? Oh, why is Amino's Sagiri theme?
Nice try. Use an arc. Over here.
Oh, ow!
Not enough. Over here. I'll show you man's potential. Let's end this.
Ah, it didn't hit. That's okay.
Over here.
Hat nerd. Not bad.
My, she was quite easily defeated. Evidently, I didn't push her far enough.
But here's the real question. Who's controlling her? Is it Adachi? It might be Adachi.
Well, she is a test unit, so this is as far as my little game goes.
Lapras has stopped moving. The only sound is the smug voice that it continues to come from her. Those heartless words cause anger to boil up within me.
Who are you? Why are you toying with people's emotions like this? Lapras isn't a tool. If you want to fight, then come out and fight.
You're quite passionate. You know who Kami was it?
Yeah, that's my name. This person, whoever he is, knows about me? Then maybe it isn't a coincidence that we were dragged into this. This revelation shakes all of us.
Labras's shadow was only the mastermind of the tournament. I see now. You're the true culprit behind the whole thing.
Indeed, it was I who stole Labrys away. Since I don't have a persona and can't enter a TV, I needed a puppet that could run amok for me. Labrys' persona was only partially awakened, so I had a feeling her shadow would appear if she underwent a little suffering. You got the better of me this time. You deserve to know at least that much.
Enough is enough. I've never been so irritated knowing that I can't do anything to whoever is controlling
This
Labrys.
time, so your scheme hasn't ended.
Well then, everyone, until we meet again.
The communication cuts off abruptly without answering me. Labrys immediately slumps to her knees. Before I can even begin to move, Aiga's son is already at Labrys' side to support her. Aiga's son looks at me and nods, confirming that Labrys is alright. Thank goodness. Labrys is okay. I feel a bit of my strength drained from me. Still, the sword in my hand feels awfully heavy. Mitsuru-san speaks up from behind me, even as I consider this.
Seems whoever our adversary is, they're connected to us. I advise you not to get involved in this matter any further. From here on, you should leave this to us.
What? Wait a second. We went through this whole big thing and that's it?
She's right. There's no way in hell we're backing out of this now.
I understand how you feel, but this is too dangerous for you. We will do our best to ensure that no harm
Too
comes to you.
dangerous.
Trust in us. and
Trust
let
me.
us work.
You should see Kanji's primal force. That's too dangerous. My friends bristle at Mitsuru-san's proposal. After all, we've come this far and we've already know about the dangers. There's so much I want to say, but I can't understand why they want us to stay away.
Guys, I think we can trust Mitsuru-san. We should let them handle this.
My friends respond with looks of shock. Of course they don't agree. But now's not the time to complicate matters. One of them should understand why I'm backing down so easily. Signal Yosuke. I stared directly into Yosuke's eyes for a moment, hoping that he'd understand my intentions here. Come on, Yosuke, back me up.
Yeah. We're all tired, so let's just get the heck out of here.
Hey, JB, I'm in the loft. You're in the loft? Yay! Smooth Yosuke. Oh well. I sneak a glance towards Mitsuru-san and the others to see if they picked up on this, but none of them appear to have noticed. Maybe they're just pretending not to notice. Well, in any case, it means we've been let go for now. Yeah, I'm evicting that artist. You're what? Again? Duh. Everyone else seems too tired to decide on to go separate ways for the day. Still, everyone is safe, Labrys included. It'd still be a while before the case is completely solved, but I think we can assume that this disturbance has been settled for now. JB, I'm sad. One could say I'm feeling blue. I get it. Ha, you funny. You're funny. The moment I see that, all the exhaustion of the day hits me, along with a profound sense of relief. I can't keep myself from staggering. Nanako and my uncle were worried a bit, but that doesn't bother me at all. There was something I wanted to do in my room, but I haven't been there for hours when my awareness melts into darkness. A dream? No, that's not it. My vision is quietly enveloped by familiar blue color. This is the velvet room. Oh! Wow! The velvet room. I haven't been here in a while.
The actions you took, the way you withstood this trial, it truly shook me to my core.
What?
You have bested the misfortunes dealt to you and learned an important lesson.
Okay. Margaret is smiling more than usual, and appears to be blushing slightly as well. I only did what came natural to me, but she must have discovered something more than that. The path that leads past the door we've opened. The door is the future. I don't know what it is for sure, but I have a good idea that we've been taking our first steps on it. I nod in understanding, and Margaret continues.
Now, I have a personal matter to discuss with you. Not as a resident of this room. The one with malicious intent who struck at you today. This malice has not faded or subsided in the least. I'm worried about you.
You... Really?
It may be that fate will deal you a third trial. Do you have the resolve to face it?
No, hell no. Bring it on!
You are strong. I will never cease to find you intriguing. It seems my fears were groundless. I'm already anticipating our next meeting.
Oh.
Until
then. Margaret smiles once more and my vision begins to fade. The dream is ending. I have fallen into a deep sleep. I'm awake. I'm awake. I wake up to my phone ringing. According to the call, we're supposed to meet up at the outskirts of the shopping district, at the crossroads in front of the gas station. The gas station? Hello, Izanami. How are you doing? When I arrived, the other members of the investigation team had already showed up. Surprisingly, the one who called us was Lapras. She wanted us... Wait. How did Lapras get my number? You know what? Don't ask questions. She wanted us to come so that she could say her farewells to us.
Ooh, is that it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Man, it's so long. What the heck kind of car is that? How does it even turn corners?
Oh, they're talking about the limo. A long limousine drives up to us with surprising speed. It's so long that I can't believe that I was able to handle the country roads of Inaba. I don't think I'll ever see another automobile like that in my life. The limo, oh, there it is. And damn, that thing is huge. Mitsuru-san climbs out of the back seat and nods to us. Lapras and Akihiko are in the back seat as well.
You're looking good, Labras.
Sorry I made you come here all of a sudden, but there was something I really wanted to tell you guys.
Oh, yes? What is it? When I look at her, Lapras smiles and looks embarrassed. She takes a moment to look around at all of us, then continues.
I decided to work with Mitsuru-san.
Oh?
I want to catch the darn culprit. Not only that, but, you know how you guys had my back during this whole mess?
Yes.
Yeah. This time, I want to get yours.
Oh!
You go and do that.
Yeah, thank you, dude. I can't help but smile at the conviction and trust in her words. Lapras had faced her weakness and accepted it, and she's about to begin walking towards the goal she found on her own. That's why I don't see any reason to stop her. It'll be sad to see her go, but the decision is one Lapras made for herself.
This definitely ain't the last you've seen of me. When I come back, we'll hang out some, okay? I'll be waiting, and so will everyone else.
By the way, if you remember correctly, there are multiple endings depending on which story is continuing from. So, if you're not done yet, you're not done yet. Oh dear Lord!
To lose such a rare beauty again, it's so tragic.
Yeah,
That's what you're sad about?
Yeah, that's what you're sad about? Everyone has their own response to Lapras' news, but one thing's for sure, we'll be waiting for her. There's no lie behind that sentiment. After all, she is our friend. Mitsuru-san tells Lapras that it's time, and they get back into the limo. Lapras looks me right in the eyes. It seems as if she might cry at any second, but it's resolved not to. She smiles.
You guys are the best. I'm glad it was you who were there when I woke up. Well?
Alright, bye-bye, Lapras. Man and machine. I wonder if there's truly a difference between them anymore. And the thought comes to me as we wave our final goodbyes to Lapras. The limo demonstrates impressive agility as it speeds off down the narrow, rural road.
Aw, she's really gone.
Oh, hey, Rise, sorry, I was just surprised to see your outfit.
Wish she could have stayed a little longer.
I would have liked that myself, but they have their own tasks.
Oh,
that must
Naoto's
be
still
done.
here? Yosuke and I share a glance after Naoto says that. Their own tasks, huh? It's not just theirs. We smile at each other. Ever since I answered Mitsuru's proposal inside the TV, I've had my mind made up. Yosuke already knows how I think. Then again, the conversation wasn't very long ago. It's only been this morning. Oh, that's what that is. I was so confused on what that that fucking noise was. Anyway, I don't know how she found my number, but after Lapras' phone call earlier, I decided to cook breakfast for Nanako and my uncle. Nanako hears me making noise in the kitchen and stands next to me, excited.
I'll help too.
Oh, hello, Nanako. I panic for a moment when Nanako reaches for the other cutting board and a knife. I consider stopping her, then decide not to.
If you're gonna use the knife, be careful, okay? Make sure you don't cut yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always careful when I cook with you.
Thank you, Nanako. Nanako picks up a cucumber from the counter and begins slicing it diagonally. Her skills are still clumsy and unsteady, but all I do is caution her about how to hold the knife, and then I watch her work without intervening. She doesn't have to become a master all at once. All it takes is constant progression, little by little. The same can be said for me or anyone. Even though things may hurt us, we may want to give up. And we may want to give up. Okay, there we go. And we may want to give up. We just have to keep trying as many times as it takes until we see our goals through. Instead of nothing changing, I wish to see everything changing, along with myself.
Oops, sorry, Nanako. Could you put the knife down for a second?
Okay.
I ensure that Nanako has put down the knife before answering my phone. I didn't have to look at the screen to know who was calling.
Hello? Is this Yosuke?
Like you don't know. Listen, about yesterday.
Like you don't know.
I thought this was coming.
Yosuke rushes on as if irritated that we have to have this conversation over the phone, but I managed to calm him down. It's funny that he's getting so excited over this, but I'm glad he managed to wait for the whole night before calling me.
Do you remember the Moonlight Bridge? The one from our class trip?
The Moonlight Bridge? Oh.
Yeah, sure. I used to be a city boy too, remember? Hey, were you checking out the Kirijo group online?
Oh. Perceptive as always. Now that's my partner. When I come back to my room last night, I spent as much time as I could searching for information about the Kirijo group online before I fell asleep. Of course, there wasn't anything about the organization involving Lapras or Igus-san, but the little I did find was better than nothing. Yosuke asks me if I plan to go back on my word to Mitsuru-san and the others. I didn't say that we ought to trust them to solve this mystery, but never said we shouldn't let them do it alone. After all, the person behind everything may be after us. On top of that, they were using others in horrific ways.
Can't back down from this, right?
Now you're talking, partner.
Yeah, now you're talking. Yosuke and I continue to talk. We know that we're getting closer and closer to a battle with an enemy that we haven't even seen yet. There's only one thought in my mind. No matter what kind of hardships await us on our path, we will continue to fight on. As long as we have friends that will walk the path alongside us. Nanako watches me talk on the cell phone and smiles.
You seem excited, big bro.
I smile back at her innocent face before making a confident declaration.
The investigation team is back in action.
Yay! Wait, wasn't it already back in? You know what? Fair. Oh! Wait, that's it? That's it? Wait, when does Wait, when does Ultimax start? Or do you have to complete every single one of these in order to get Ultimax? I think everyone. Oh my god. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's do another one. I guess somebody said. Someone said we're doing I guess, so let's begin from the cliffhanger.
Lapras?
Anyway, yeah, we're gonna go through this whole entire thing today. Lapras murmurs her name to herself. Her head hangs lifelessly as she stares at her mechanical limbs. The shock slowly drains her. Yeah, basically she's just realizing that she's a robot. Across from us, the shadow glares at me with a piercing, menacing stare.
You can't be.
Drink?
I am the
I
same
know.
as you. 7th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon. Aegis. I am
Drink
the
some
model
water,
that
alright,
came
hang on.
after you.
Wait a minute. Wait. I'm out of water? Yeah, I'll get some in a second.
Are you here to seize her? I won't let you. Not when I'm almost free.
I'll get water in a second. Hang on. The shadow turns to its double and cries out impatiently.
Tell Lapras. Or do you want to be caught and locked in a cramped little box again?
I still have to make ramen. You! Why? Why did you do that? Her eyes wander in search of something to settle on, and eventually fixates on Yosuke. But he is still in shock, unable to speak in the heat of the moment. The moment of silence is enough to shatter any hopes of a peaceful resolution. Lapras smiles lifelessly and hangs her head.
No, don't get me wrong. I was just a little surprised.
No, it's okay. That's how a normal person would react.
Her sad, weak voice makes my heart ache.
I won't let you take her back. I will gain my freedom, whatever it is.
Suddenly, the shadow fires its arms out. A long chain trails from behind it, wrapping itself around Lapras many times over. The shadow begins to pull her in with its wench. Unable to struggle, Lapras is dragged over to her captor, who lifts her over its shoulder. The shadow then runs at full speed out of the announcement room. Oh shoot, we're chasing it. It fled with such an explosive velocity that it's hard to believe it was carrying its own weight.
Wait!
I give chase. It is unfortunate that I cannot explain the situation to Yosuke-san, but I have no choice. I exit into the hallway and see the shadow make for the stairway leading upwards. This is the top floor, so it must be heading for the roof. I climb to the landing and take the stairway two steps at a time before throwing open the door. But what I find there is not what one would expect to see on the roof of a building. That's the... Yeah. It's best described as a TV studio. The spotlights hanging from the scaffolding and the cameras here are here and there. Up until now, no matter how warped things got, they still looked like part of the school, but not here. What is this place? Just then, the door behind me slams open again, and the boy comes running out, breathing hard. It's Yosuke-san. I am perplexed. Why did he chase after us? There's no one here who would be warrant leaving his friend Rise's side. Suddenly, the area is shrouded in a menacing order. The shadow appeared. It is still carrying Lapras over its shoulder. Lapras shouldn't be unconscious, but she isn't showing any signs of resistance.
Persistent pests.
Oh.
Too bad for you. The Grand Prix is still on. Have fun wasting time fighting each other.
Hey, wait!
What did you see? As soon as Yosuke-san turns around to give chase, he runs up against something. I try stretching out my hand. Just as I thought, there's an invisible wall. Though it wasn't here when climbing up the stairs. The only door back into the school is the one beyond this wall. In other words, we are trapped. Yosuke-san hangs his head in shame and looks at me awkwardly.
I guess this means we have to fight.
Oh!
Sorry, I feel like I got in your way.
We're fighting. I came here without thinking and fell right into the enemy's trap. I'm sure that's what he's thinking. But as I see it, it isn't Yosuke-san who should be
I
apologizing.
am also sorry for all this.
Huh?
We are the ones ultimately responsible for this incident. I am sorry to have dragged you all into it. If your friends are safe, I would suggest you evacuate at once. But I must go after her.
There's no need for you to take the blame. I mean, I feel the same about wanting to go after her.
Why? I'm not sure this concerns you.
Yeah, it doesn't concern me,
I
Yosuke.
promised I'd protect her. I couldn't back her up when she needed me the most.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I want to apologize and actually keep my promise this time. I feel like I can't leave her alone right now.
In his eyes, I could see glimmer of
I
determination.
think I should explain certain things to you. I'm not authorized to disclose everything, but
I review the important parts for him. That personas and shadows are universal, that they exist since ancient times, and they are probably little known. You're just gonna explain basically everything, ain't ya? Yeah, blah blah blah. She is a weapon to destroy shadows, blah blah blah. Yosuke doesn't seem to swallow it all of it, but he listens attentively nonetheless.
There are shadows outside the TV too?
I was surprised as well to find out that a world like this was accessible through televisions.
Believe me, we were pretty shocked last year too.
Yeah. I looked straight into the boy's eyes without laughing at his attempt to lighten the mood. By the way, JB, don't think for a moment that I forgot about the fact that you still owe us some plankton facts. All right, listen, I'm sorry. I'll get you those plankton facts in 3 to 4 business years. All right, anyway, I guess I'm gonna have to fight Yosuke Harumura. I don't say anything, but Yosuke-san seems to get the picture.
Can you tell me something? What's going to happen to Labrys once you catch her?
I cannot answer that.
Yeah, I thought so. You did say that she was a weapon after all. Not really surprised you can't talk about it with outsiders.
Is that all? If you cooperate with me, I am sure I can knock you out painlessly.
In response to the blunt suggestion, my weary smile appears on Yosuke-san's face. However, his eyes still have the gleam.
Sorry, but I can't back down.
Are you really going to fight me? Not to boast, but you would challenge a living weapon?
She said she wanted to be free. Hey, I made her a promise. I want to see it through. Guess you could say it's a guy pride thing?
It's a guy pride thing. He jokes about it, and there's a resolve behind his words. He will not back down. What he is really saying is, my feelings for Labrys are strong as yours.
I understand.
Cool.
I accept your challenge.
Then let's dance! Alright. Oh shoot, we're gonna be fighting with Aegis. Actually, this shouldn't be too hard. Aegis is pretty good.
Finally.
Oh, but against Yosuke? Come on, God, you're fast.
Just getting started. Just getting started. Just getting
Done. Easy. Cool. That wasn't too bad. It's lagging again? Listen, I don't know what to do. I've tried a lot of things, but it always lags.
Like you. Ow. You're are strong, Aige-san.
Are you alright?
We wave his hands to show that he's fine. He should be exhausted. Perhaps the male pride prevents him from admitting it.
Looks like I'll be staying behind.
I will do what I can to not force anything on my sister that she does not want.
Can you tell her that I wanted to apologize to her too? Of course, I'll tell her myself once this is all over, but... Oh, and one more thing. Tell her we can have a party when this is all over.
Hey, yeah, I like parties.
Yosuke-san.
Oh, you're invited too, of course.
My heart is warmed. He's not just worried about Lapra's safety, he's worried about her heart. I nod vigorously.
Yes, I will make sure to tell her. Though, we are not capable of eating food. Will that be a problem?
Wait, I swear I thought they mentioned in Persona 3 that Aigis can eat food, but it just doesn't, it's just...
Really? Nah, it's no problem at all.
Thank
You know what,
you.
never mind. I will save Lapras from this world, from her cell of solitude. There are people in the outside world who accept us as allies. Some of them consider us friends. I am happy in that hope is so close
Be
by.
careful. That shadow looked pretty strong.
I will. Please stay safe.
Matters on the day of the week if she can eat. Only on Wednesdays, no other day. Only Wednesdays at specifically 2:30 in the morning. What is this? Dude, somebody's going ham on the piano. Sounds like Catherine music, goddamn. As soon as I re-entered the school, I sensed the shadow's presence without needing to scan for it. I followed the presence back to the announcement room. What could be waiting for me this time? I slowly opened the door, worry of attack. But the room is quiet. No ambush comes. Oh, we're back here. I step inside. Both versions of Lapras are facing each other further into the room. I quickly step between the two, shielding Lapras from her shadow.
You're late. I had a feeling you'd be the one to come. Was Yosuke-kun a tough opponent?
Yeah, he was pretty alright. Solid like 7 out of 10. As it finishes the sentence, its act stops. I brace myself to anticipative attack, but the shadow simply smiles brutally.
Just as you thought, the real party begins now.
Just as the words sink in, I hear a sound. Wait, what? The heavy sound of the air being sliced behind me. I lunge to the left solely on reflex. Listen, are we gonna fight Lapras or not? A battle axe slams into the ground where I had been only milliseconds ago.
What? Sister!
Oh, so close.
Shock spreads across my face. Lapras takes a combat stance with her battle axe. Her wet eyes focus on me. Wet eye? What? She has chosen to fight for the unreal school.
Is this what you really want? What else is there for me?
Lapras sounds resigned in her reply. I have no answer for her. My heart aches as if it was cut by a razor.
It's finally come to this. Sister versus sister. Let the battle begin!
I don't... The shadow jeers at me with delight. I do not have the presence of mind to deliver a rejoinder. The battle about to play out is straight from the worst case scenario I had envisioned. The very person I hope to save, my sister, I must defeat her with my own hands. Alright, fine, let's fight, let's see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? I lose? I get my ass handed to me? Be happy you don't have to kill her. That's fair.
Finally.
Heavy damage! Down! Please hit! I summon you! As predicted! Fire! Shot! Heavy damage!
Ow!
Damage down! Down! Heavy damage! Severe impact! No! Blood damage! Go down!
Are you gonna do anything, or are you just gonna... Alright. Alright, Lapras, come on, man. You gotta try a little harder than that. Or maybe she doesn't want to fight. You know what? I'm not gonna question it. Oh, now the sad music. Lapras loses her strength and falls to her knees.
Why? Why can't I stay like this?
Was that bones cracking? I hope she risked so much to gain the hope she risked so much to gain has been shattered, she mutters piteously as she falls. She is not the only one who wanted to collapse. I never imagined this would be so painful. Every time my attacks connect, I feel as if I've been tearing out a piece of my heart. This unwanted exchange of violence ending in one of our destructive leads is nothing but despair. Each time I felt that pain, the memories of Lapras I saw in the classroom, those vivid images, make sense. The sterile mechanical room that made up most of her visual memories. It must have been the facility where she was created. At that facility, Lapras was forced to endure the same pain she is feeling now. In order to gather combat data, she was forced to destroy her sister models, even though they had hearts. Not just once or twice, but over and over and over. It's too much for my mind to immediately comprehend. Agitation spreads through me like a fever. I clutch my chest.
I knew that you couldn't beat her. But wow, you really didn't have any qualms about attacking her.
What?
Down? You must really want to make them suffer, don't you? No!
Listen, Lapras.
You want the everyday boys and girls to experience what you had to go through, right? That's why we're in a school having a fighting tournament. You want to see close friends fight for their lives against each other.
That actually makes sense.
Then they might understand.
But that sucks.
You want to make them understand. That ain't true. But it was no use. Even another living weapon can't understand you. It's all right now. You don't have to worry about that anymore. I'll take care of everything from here.
Uh-oh.
I'll destroy anyone who doesn't understand you and comes to get in your way. Just please stop!
Uh-oh.
That's all a lie! You're not me!
Well, shit.
Finally! You finally said it! I'm finally free!
Oh, dear Lord. She said the thing, and now we're screwed. It's just a change in his attitude. His power seems to actually be rising. Did something in the conversation with Lapras catalyze this change? It's too late. It hits me. What did the shadow want with Lapras? It was trying to buy time, which meant it needed something from her.
It's time for the true star to take the stage.
Uh-huh. Alright. Its shout shakes the air. As if in response to the cry, the room begins to warp. The view beyond the window shimmers ominously. Oh, yay, this scene again.
Yes, the power!
Oh. Well, great. We're back in the weird room with the dead-looking robots. All right. It seems that the shadow has accomplished its goal with Lapras. I was forced to fight my sister for this purpose.
Now, let's get started.
All right, fine. You want to fight?
It seems that I must take responsibility for this.
All right, let's fight, Lapras. Alright, time to fight the shadow version.
Final.
Ow. Oh god, ow. I hate that stupid persona. Oh. Ah! Ow. God damn it, ow. Oh shoot, I might lose this. Ooh, well, that was a problem. Anyway, let's try again.
Final.
God, that stupid persona. Damn, I don't know how I could do. Oh my god. You're tough. You're one tough cookie, goddamn. I'm trying to do combos, but it's not working, so I've just gotta go straight for pummeling her. Alright. If that stupid persona would stay out of my way. Ow! God damn. Oh, I got her. Ha, nerd, got him. There we go. I got a combo finally. All right, cool. That was hard, but not that hard. All right, cool. So blah blah blah. Only a silhouette similar to Lapras remains. Great. It falls to its knees, having no will to resist anymore.
I somehow pulled through.
I pulled through. I turned the
Are you
face
all right?
towards the real Lapras. She is conscious and seems to have no major damage. All that remains is to be tested in her will.
Please listen. I have a message for you.
From Yosuke.
He said that he is sorry for promising to help you and being unable to support you when you needed it most. Additionally, he said that he would be throwing a party later. You are invited, of course.
Yeah.
Like a lion.
What?
If that is what you think, you can ask him yourself later. Now please stand up.
I lend her my shoulder and prop her up. She follows my head, but her legs are still shaking.
How come this happened?
JB, you should totally start. Oh, hey, Cosmo. Hello, Kevin. Kevin _ Anderson. JB, you should totally start Terraria World. God, I like Terraria. I don't really like base Terraria, though.
Hurt anyone
I like
or make
modded.
them suffer.
I know.
Because Calamity's amazing.
That was a shadow going berserk. Not everything it said reflects your true feelings. I had a similar experience, actually. My other self was on the verge of going berserk.
Your other self? You had another self?
It told me there was an innate contradiction in having a heart, but not being human.
Wait, no, the one that we actually fought
protecting
in...
others.
Yeah, I remember. The one that fought during your time.
Wasn't that tough to listen to?
Yes, of course.
Then how can you stand it? How are you still acting like everything's fine?
I'm fine right now, but I'm sure I will suffer that pain again someday.
What are you talking about? I'm just letting it, like... Just keep it inside of you, man. What is that phrase?
Very probably.
Never mind. I forget what it's
as
called.
long as I am myself, it will never go away as long as I live.
It won't? Then what can I do but give up? What am I supposed to do?
We'll be all right, as long as we have friends.
Lapras opens her eyes
It
wide.
was when you were alone that you suffered most. I'm sure of it. If you do not give up on reaching out to others, you will surely find someone who understands.
Metis. Oh. Yeah. Well, her shadow was also in, I think, Aegis's route, where she met her other self.
Or maybe.
If I remember correctly. As I say this, I hear voices from outside. They are calling our names. The voices grow closer and closer, and eventually one of the doors flies open.
Hey! There you are! Thank goodness!
Oh, hello, Chie. How are you doing?
Are you two okay?
You
Hello,
seem to
Yosuke.
have the matter in hand.
Hello, Naoto. Wait, Naoto. Kanji-san and Rise-san arrived shortly after. Now that the shadow has been defeated, the invisible walls trapping them have disappeared. There are some faces new to me as well. As I recall from the video, they are Yunaro Kami-san and Yukiko Amagi-san. There are also a costume that looks like General Teddy. This must be the real Teddy that Chie-san mentioned. The resemblance is strong, but this one is so charming it's hard to hate him. Everyone has considerate words for Lapras. My heart is filled with warmth. They could have ignored us outsiders and escaped, but they didn't. They were truly worried about us and came running. All of them. I addressed Lapras, who is looking back and forth between me and them with a perplexed look.
It might be more accurate to say that those who understand you are already here.
Oh.
Of course, I want to understand you as well. Please talk to me whenever you want. Tell me about your memories, even if you have to take them one at a time.
Lapras sinks deep into thought and then looks at me again. I nod silently. She slowly starts walking and stops in front of the shadow, who's standing as quietly as a real one at the other end of the room.
You were right. I was always alone, so I had no one to talk to, no matter how much it hurt. And I went and blamed that on them.
Yay, she's gonna accept her shadow? Yay!
I'm sorry I ignored you all this time. I was the one who left you all alone. No. You are me, after all.
Yay, her persona. I remember her persona from Persona 5, actually.
It's my persona.
This reminds me of us from last year.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. She's really no different from us.
Some Yosuke-san and the others smile. To acknowledge one's weakness in front of another's, they must have earned their personas through the same ordeal. I can see now why their bonds is so strong. The tension in the air evaporates. Just as Lapras' expression softens, a familiar voice comes from behind me.
Is that Lapras?
Oh, hey Mitsuru, how you doing? Everyone turns to look at the newcomer.
Mitsuru-san, Akihiko-san, you're all right.
Of course we are.
I run towards them. Neither of them appear to be injured. I notice that they aren't surprised to see Yosuke-san and the others. They must have already been aware of the situation. On the other hand, everyone else is surprised.
Who are these people and what the hell are they wearing?
God, they always make fun of what they're wearing.
Man, a dude storming across the battlefield in just a cape? I am all about that.
Well, I guess we know who Chie likes.
I'd say you've got good taste.
You got good taste.
Seriously?
Lapras grabs weakly at my arm.
Don't worry.
I smile and nod. She still bites her lip and oh, never mind. But she is no longer afraid of everything.
You're Lapras, correct?
Lapras simply nods in response to Mitsuru-san's questions as she walks up. There's a moment of silence. Mitsuru-san's sigh of relief breaks
I'm
it.
glad you're safe.
Lapras smiles back awkwardly. The look on her face helps dispel the tension in Yosuke-san and his friends. Mitsuru-san notices this as well. I step forward alongside Mitsuru-san to introduce ourselves and show our appreciation. It seems that they have never met a persona user who didn't awaken in the TV world. We spent some time discussing our respective circumstances. So here's the question: what do you call it? Is Lapras gonna do the funny again? Cuts to the idea, she begins laughing. Relieved, I leave Lapras to them. I approach Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san. I relay to them all the information I've gathered on the case so far. I tell them that the tournament host was Lapras' shadow, which had emerged from her, and the Lapras may have not been stolen, but that she may have escaped on her own. She has the ability to manipulate people's senses. That would explain the signs of mental interference found on the hijackers. We were able to discover Inaba through our research. Perhaps she used the same method. It would have taken time, but she was sealed away for over 10 years. Although she was caged, it was not clear whether she was conscious or not during that period. She had more than enough time. Mitsuru and Akihiko show no surprise, but they don't let out. They do not let out alongside. Okay, sorry. Well, I'm suck at reading. In contrast to Mitsuru, who is lost in thought, Akihiko-san goes to get an answer straight from the source. Lapras startled when he taps her shoulder.
So when did you actually awaken?
Akihiko-san's question is blunt, but Lapras handles it calmly, knowing that it's a natural thing to ask.
No, I can't remember.
She's being honest. She had been using her ability on her own. Not even she knew what she really was. But Akihiko-san seems skeptical. Having no memory of it also means that she is unable to deny it.
Please, Mitsuru-san, can you be lenient with her?
Mitsuru-san folds her arms and thinks. I know she's in a difficult position. Though Lapras may have a heart, it does not make her a human. She is a weapon with dangerous capabilities. Mitsuru-san cannot decide based on her personality alone what measures to take. Especially now that we are affiliated with the police. We have to set an example.
Yeah, would you, please?
Yosuke-kun.
I know I'm asking without knowing the whole story here, but please don't lock her up again.
I see what Yosuke's doing, that sly dog. Even his friends seem surprised by his outburst. But soon enough, they are all giving Mitsuru the same pleading look. Mitsuru-san winces before giving a weary smile.
Well, I hadn't intended to seal her away again to begin with.
Oh?
Mitsuru-san,
Seriously? Did you hear that?
It should be a walk in the park compared to the challenge of sending Aigis to school.
Hey, Aigis did really well in school. Shut up. She has no intentions of locking her away. The smile of Mitsuru-san's face confirms that.
Thank you so much.
How about if we go outside? This isn't really the place to stand around and chat.
Yeah. Well, it's a hell of a way to start off a holiday, but at least it's over. Man, why'd that shadow have to pick our school and us of all people?
Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san freeze.
No, that is odd now that you mention it. I was told this place takes its shape from a person's memories. Why would it become this high school?
I had picked up on that incongruity as well. Putting aside that Inaba was chosen as the escape destination, why was a specific school so carefully recreated? I also have my doubts about Labrys's power. Strictly speaking, it doesn't rob one's sanity. What her power really does is cloud one's senses with illusions. I'm not sure that would have been enough to control those hijackers so completely.
Hey, Labrys.
Aki-san calls out to Lapras again. Oh, well, here we go. Lapras is going crazy. Well,
Hey, what's the matter?
Lapras abruptly leaps backwards. Everyone is baffled to see her white body fly over their heads.
Stay back, everyone!
Oh, here comes the funky music again.
Sister?
Ah, Lapras stands there motionless. Slowly, her right hand reaches for the battle axe on her back. Tension fills the air.
No! Why?
The blade of the axe is pointed towards me. I do not comprehend. What's going on? As I stand there confused, Lapras lowers her stance, readying herself for battle. I open my mouth to try to persuade her, but I can... There's no time. Lapras now has to use her persona. She will be stronger than before. If I don't focus on counter-attacking, I'll lose. I clench my jaw and I hold in the despair that threatens to overwhelm me. I must concentrate on the problem at hand. No, we're going straight into fighting. Alright, this shouldn't be too bad. Ooh, wow. Ow. Ow. God, I can't. Man, you're tough. I'm trying to do comp. Why is my stick? Stop it. Guys, it's the controller. Guys, it's the controller. Crap. That is a weird error I just got on stream. What? Huh. Strange. Sorry, I just got this weird error on screen for my stream that says it doesn't make sense, but okay. Interesting. Oh. What did I... Oh! Did I die? Oops. The bad ending. Just instantly leaves the game.
Final.
God, you're so stupid. God, wow, you're tough. I also just don't like playing as Aigis. Oh, got it. Come on, hit. Nah, that didn't hit. I gotta win this. Oh, you God damn. Man, if only that hit. God.
Final. Fight.
Ow. God, did I miss? That's okay, I'll win this. Got it. Man, that was tough. I just don't like fighting as Aigis. Aigis is not one of those I'm good at. Or maybe Shadow Lapras is just actually hard. Is she gonna speak?
You succeeded in repulsing it yet again. Very unexpected.
Oh, my shadow self. Everyone takes a defensive stance and looks around.
What is this? I'm not getting a good feeling about this.
Yeah, me neither.
It's certainly an ominous presence. That voice.
Is that my voice?
Yep. Yes, it is. Before I could reach an unnatural looking shadow, a clump of darkness thick as a pool of blood forms next to Lapras. Our true enemy rises up from the sludge. Sight will never forget.
Aigis-san's shadow?
Oh, wait. So, huh?
To think you'd fight back this fiercely. No wonder you once drove back a god.
Oh, I remember that. Wow, what did I fight? What was that? The main enemy from The Answer. I forget its name. It looked like a dog or something.
Yes, I want them even more now.
Want them? What does that mean?
Yeah, what do you want? Yosuke's son latches out at the enemy, but it ignores him and continues talking.
Sadly, it seems things won't be going according to plan this time. But I'll make use of what tools I have to the very end. This is my last chance. No, more like a marvelous entertainment.
Entertainment?
Instead of answering, it raises its right hand over Lapras.
Stand, my puppet.
Lapras stands up as if being pulled by strings.
Controlling her?
Sister!
She doesn't answer. Her face is her face is a blank stare and her shoulders hang unnaturally. She is every inch its puppet. It looks like me, but its voice, its power, they are also different from mine. But before I can come to a conclusion, the enemy uses Lapras to make its next
This
move.
form is exhausted from constant battle and will be useless as an asset. But unless you destroy it, it will keep rising up and attacking you all. What will you do?
With the battle axe in hand, Lapras dashes forward without warning. Ow, that hurt. Her attack is much more forceful than in the last battle. Even with all my strength, I am pushed back.
Oh crap! If this keeps up,
Let's do this! Hakemika!
Oh,
don't interfere.
what? But, dude, you better watch out. He's about to bring out Takami Mizuchi, and it's gonna be a bloodbath. I clench my teeth. Lapras is under that thing's control and ignoring her own limits, and she is already damaged and exhausted from the previous battle. If we all attack, we might be able to contain her, but she wouldn't be destroyed in. She would be destroyed in the process.
Now, may you suffer and curse your fate. Relinquish your personas.
Relinquish?
Personas and shadows are one and the same. If I poison your hearts, I can recruit shadows with unparalleled strength.
Wait, what? You mean turn our personas back to shadows?
The heart is frail. Its weaknesses are never fully vanquished. Given the opportunity, it can betray you and return to darkness. Old wounds that you thought you had overcome, opened once again. You almost let go of your hearts. This one's desire to make people suffer was perfectly suited for such a plan.
Plan?
Plan.
You caused all this to gather strong shadows?
You bastard! Who are you?
You had best hurry and decide. Who will be destroyed? This shell or the lot of you?
Lapras flies through the air again with unleashes a full force attack. Ow! I am forced to one knee. If she attacks again, but just when I'm sure it's over, something happens.
Sorry, but this show is over.
Out of the corner of my eye, I see Mitsuru-san stand straight up. Suddenly, the menacing aura surrounding Lapras is dispelled like magic.
What?
For the first time, the enemy seems shocked. Freed from the spell, Lapras falls to the ground.
Sister!
Wait, what happened? I run to her and cradle her in my arms. What was that? Mitsuru-san smiles defiantly and glances up to the sky.
It's like you made it in the nick of time. You saved us, Yamagishi.
What?
Are you all okay?
Fuka! Fuka, I've missed you. You look... What happened? You look good, but... Something...
Fuka-san?
Fuka Yamagishi. She is the fellow ally who helped us overcome the challenges we faced in the past. I cannot help but smile with the surprise and joy.
So you had a third assistant.
Ooh, what a soothing voice! My teddy senses are telling me that this is a real cutie pie!
Well, you are 100% correct.
Is this like Rise-chan's persona? Wait, where is she? This feeling. What the?
Risa-san opens her eyes and looks up.
It's not coming from in here. Whoever it is out there.
Out.
Seriously? She can use hers in the real world? That's amazing.
I know, it's crazy. Even before I can ask, Fuka-san tells me what I want to know. Alright, what does she sound like though?
Igus, the enemy is just mimicking your appearance. It's not actually a part of you.
That's not Fuka's original voice, is it? Is it? Hang on, let me look it up real quick. Fuka VA. I forget which... Hang on, let me see. Which voice is that? Okay, yeah. That isn't the same voice from Persona 3, but it's similar.
Very impressive to guess correctly from such a long distance away.
Mitsuru-san stares at the enemy in shock. We hear Fuka-san's words as if she is speaking, but technically there is no sound. She transmitting her voice directly into people's minds. Other people should hear nothing. Yet the enemy is responding to her. I raise my guard in spite of myself, but there is no fear in me. My doubts about the enemy, my hesitation are gone. Well, look what's gonna about to play. Heartful cry, ain't it? What is this? I've never felt this heated emotion running through my body before.
You must be the one behind all this. You stole Labris and threw her into a TV. You were after Persona users from the start. That's why you chose this school and tampered with Labris's memories.
It's probably because people kept making fun of Fuka's voice acting, and so they chose another VA. It's not even that bad.
You just demonstrated how you controlled those hijackers.
So this must be the real puppet master.
Then, that voice who tried to dissuade me back in that classroom.
You're quite slow for a machine. Can't you tell by looking at me who that was?
So that wasn't something my heart saw. That was a malicious whisper. The fire in my heart is stroked higher, and I make a fist without realizing it. I thought this entire incident was just an unfortunate event caused by my sister's suffering, but her pain was all orchestrated by someone. This isn't her tragedy. Someone saw to it that it would happen. Not just Lapras. Whoever did this tried to manipulate the pain in my heart too, by posing as my shadow. And to top it off, the culprit posed as everyone here to make them distrust each other, reopening old wounds. This was all an evil plan. I am not a human, but because of that, I hold the heart and bond of others to be sacred, or scared. Sacred, yeah. They saved me. They saved me. They keep me going now. Cool, that's pretty cool, and I'll get to the fighting. I get it now. This roiling, violent surge of emotion, this shaking, burning, erupting sensation. I realize that this is the type of emotion which can be best described in a single word. This is fury. This is rage.
Are you angry? All right, I'll play along. The show must go on, right?
You've gone too far.
Alright, time to fight. Wait a minute. Another fight against... Oh my god, I fought Lapras 3 times now! It's fine. This shouldn't be that bad, right?
Finally.
Why is she red? Oh, well, I guess it would be really hard to, it would be really hard to tell them apart if they were the same color. God, you're tough. Oh, you broke my persona, you dickwad. Ow, okay. Oh, do not die. Stop it. Oh, I won. Oh my god, that was way too close for comfort right there. That was too close. Alright. This thing shaped like me falls to the ground on its knees, but it's getting right back up with an awkward jerking motion that lets out an insane laugh. The smile on its face contrasts with the damaged limbs as the eeriness of a clown.
This is fine with me. Good enough for my purposes that I confirmed you have enough power to meet my expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Good enough, my ass.
Those are the words of a sore loser.
True.
This is only a temporary form. I doubted there'd be any meaning in changing my appearance, but sure enough, it made for a very enjoyable game. All that irritates me is having to feign cooperation with that foolish human until I obtain the one true vessel.
Mm-hmm. That foolish human. An odd choice of words. It seems to be implied not only that it's not human, but also that it's working with the human to carry out its
I will
crime.
see you in another guise next time. Just wait until then.
Evil. It lets out a raucous laugh in my face. After that, it slowly fades away, dissipating into the air.
Yamagishi.
Mitsuru-san quickly calls out. However,
The reading disappeared. It didn't move, it just vanished. What could this mean?
Back to square one again.
are you working with Adachi? Akiko-san lets out a heavy sigh.
Sheesh. It even had to exit on a lame, evil laugh.
Hey, that's true.
Another guys, huh?
Don't even think about coming around here again!
Yeah, you tell him, Chie.
Should we put up some talismans? I've got a lot left over from when we were putting them up in our inn.
Yeah, go for it.
Well,
You can
even
go.
if it shows up again, it'll get double the pain we gave it this time.
Oh yeah, tell it, Aki.
Who
Or-
could it be, though? How
Tell
did
it,
it know about our
Kanji.
personas?
That aside, it sure had a sneaky way of doing things. This is twice I've been kidnapped into the TV world, you know. Twice!
Wait a minute, you're right. How did you get kidnapped twice? You know what? Whatever, it's fine. Their irritation is obvious, and it's only natural. They were toyed with too, and they did not take Lapras's treatment well. But I cannot encourage them to settle the score. Akiko-san apparently thinks the same
Don't
thing.
worry about it. We'll handle things from here.
Wait, but it kinda said it was still after us.
Of course, you should be aware that the enemy is out there. Akihiko only means that there is no need to abandon your lives to pursue it. We will do our best to ensure that no harm comes to you. That is, after all, our duty.
Mm-hmm.
But
Guys, let's leave this to them.
You can...
are you serious?
They're right that we need to go back for now. You look beat.
Yeah, Yu-san, aware of their situation, speaks out. Perhaps he senses our dilemma.
I'm sorry, everyone.
He nods and looks at Yosuke-san, who reluctantly gives up. Their ability to communicate through eye contact only proves the strength of their bonds.
Alrighty, attention please. The trip doesn't end until we get out of the TV.
Yeah, Teddy. Always there to have a good
Dude,
time.
we were in the middle of a conversation. And what's this about a trip? You really gave us a scare disappearing like that. And this isn't the first time either.
It's not my fault. Or should I actually sponsor the next Miss Inaba?
Don't even think about it.
Chie-san's fist is still shaken with anger after impacting Teddy at full strength. There are times when you should give it your all because it's your friends. Ah, how beautiful friendship is. I comprehend. After everyone calms down, we finally move on to the main subject. We all gather on this roof in order to leave this world. After getting everyone's attention, Teddy makes a few narcissistic remarks and clicks the heels. Then, like a magic trick at a party, some old TVs appeared in a puff of smoke.
What are you doing with this ancient TV? Hang on, where'd you even get this?
It's a teddy vision. You can get out from here.
Listen, Akihiko will beat your ass, Teddy.
This TV is our escape route? Can we really fit inside?
Ooh, are you a little too front-loaded to fit?
No, my-
I wouldn't mind helping you squeeze through.
Oh my god, Teddy, lay off.
Even worse than before, you know that?
Lay off, Teddy. It's Mitsuru you're dealing with here. Chie-san and Yosuke-san jump in without hesitation, showing how to use it. How used to it they are. Yeah, sorry. Seeing that, Akihiko-san and Mitsuru-san shrug and follow suit. Lapras stares at everyone getting sucked into the TV one by one, but she doesn't look scared. Her eyes are actually bright as she glances this way. I can't help but smile at this. Like, she doesn't need my permission to do anything. I tell her to go ahead, and she dives in head first with a giant grin. Although, ow, what? Just as I thought, her wings don't fit, so she just gets caught on the screen. I burst into laughter to see her legs sticking out of the TV, kicking wildly. I take off the unit on her back, and she instantly gets sucked into the TV. I wonder if she's landed safely. As the last one left, I turn around and take a final look. It doesn't feel like it, but it only been a few hours since we entered the TV, and only 3 days since the hijacking. It was a horrible nightmare, but at the same time I met some good people. But most importantly, it isn't over. The true test may be still to come. I push my toes in and slip into the TV. Everyone made it back safely. Why is this music playing? When we return to the real world, I'm surprised to find myself in Juness, a large department store. I have never seen Mitsuru so flustered. Even she could not have expected to emerge in the most crowded place in town, and from the display TV at that. But to make it back to the limousine, we have no choice but to walk through the store. Mitsuru-san in her skin-tight suit. Akihiko-san mostly naked except for his cape. Me with my mechanical parts exposed, and Lapras with her axe, or her wings, I suppose. Not to mention Teddy. Rise-san and Naoto-san are both public figures. One is an idol, and the other is a detective. We make quite an outlandish procession. Considering the nature of our operation, I hope to avoid having pictures taken with the photo cameras. However, as we walk along, I soon find that my fear of cameras is baseless. Baseless? In fact, it's not cameras we need to worry about at all. It's the police! I find myself anxious in this completely unexpected situation. An arrest would mean disgrace on an unofficial unit. And I'm sure Yosuke-san and the others would like to avoid the inside juvenile hall. Everyone hastily agrees with each other to take off at full speed. I can hear Yosuke-san and Chie-san loudly complaining about the unfairness of the world. Mitsuru and Akihiko-san exchange fearless smiles, though cold sweats and streaming down both their faces. Teddy and Lapras seem like they're having fun. I don't think they understand the situation. Yusan and Yukiko-san run without a word like a determined athletes. Uh-oh. Kanji-san tries to run and fight every so often, with Naoto-san having to stop him each time. Risa-san switches on her cell phone and finds an alarming number of missed calls, which seems to be the biggest problem for her. In the end, our parting with the Yosagame High students concludes with a brief goodbye as we scattered like birds. That night, we decided to stay the night at Inaba for a quick health checkup and review the case. No, I need some. Hang on, let me get a drink real quick. Well, I'm out of that. Okay, after finishing the necessary steps, we decide to take an early rest. The true culprit is still out there, and Lapras needs to get to the lab for proper maintenance. After 10 years of stasis, she was suddenly forced into a series of stressful battles. It would not be surprising if some of her parts are now malfunctioning. Considering the morning traffic, we should leave early in the day. Or so I just suggest, but Lapras has other ideas. May 4th. The next day. Our car is parked near an intersection away from the main road. We are here to say goodbyes to everyone. Lapras wants it this way. I'm happy that she is wishing to see people again on her own will. On the side of the street, all the people we met yesterday are gathered to see Lapras one last time. They wished to say goodbyes to her, but they had not expected us to contact them.
I asked if I could come see everyone. I wanted to give everyone a real goodbye.
What do you do next? Are you going back to that lab?
No, I decided I'm gonna work with Mitsuru-san and them. I want to do my damnedest to catch whoever used me to bait a trap for you all.
Alright. Then I guess the party's on hold until after everything's really over. But hey, you should come see us again anyway. Promise me, okay?
You got it.
Lapras shakes hands with each of them. And back in the limousine. Even after we leave, Lapras keeps waving through the rear window. Waving and waving and waving. Waving and waving and waving. Even past the point where the human eye can no longer see her, she's still waving. After she had waved to her heart's content, she turns to see Fuka-san, and I, looking at her, blushes. Fuka-san giggles.
I'm glad things went well. Oh, but first, it's good to see you again.
Hello, Fuka.
This is becoming a real reunion.
It's really good to see you guys.
Indeed. Things are going to heat up from now on. I must get back and reallocate my staff.
You're including me in there, right?
Oh, Akiko's got the hood on.
Every opponent I made a mistake against on my journey, I made sure to go back and get a rematch. This'll be no different.
It should spur discussion amongst the staff again about working Yamagishi into our unit.
Huh? I'm still not sure about joining any special unit.
Flustered, Fuka-san starts wringing her hands. Glancing at the seat next to me, I notice Lapras looking at the sky through her window.
I didn't know the sky was so blue.
There's a deep wistfulness in her voice.
Back at the lab, they only let me out at night. But this, I feel like I've seen it once before. That same bright blue sky.
Once before, I recall the memory relating to those words amongst the countless memories of Lapras awakened within me. Oh, the sea. The sky, lingering clouds, the emerald blue water. In my mind, I place Lapras at that scene. A white figure gazing from the edge of the pier. I know this scenery. For an instant, it feels that I do. Like a knot slowly undoing itself, the lid to the box inside of me opens, and something hot fills my chest. What had been only an image becomes a memory. Soon afterwards, I understand everything. I know when Lapras saw this scene. I know what she thought when she saw it. What she wished for.
I see now.
Noticing my murmur, Lapras looks at me in wonder.
The scenery from your memory
Oh.
was the pier outside of the Yakushima laboratory.
Suddenly, Lapras' eyes open in
The
surprise.
date was the final day before you were sealed. You made a heartfelt wish there. You hoped that your successor would make the same wish to see someone precious to them. And that meeting would take place at the pier. You dreamed that your successor would be able to go beyond that pier, to places you would never be able to see for yourself. And that even if your memories were deleted, your feelings would be passed on to the next generation.
Lapras' ruby eyes begin to quiver. My words have unearthed her buried memories.
That's right.
It was at that very place where I met the friends I have now. When I was searching for someone, I found myself naturally drawn there for some reason.
My memories return to a certain encounter. That day, on the very same pier, I met him. My dear friend.
I think it was because of your wish.
Oh, you talking about
My
Makoto.
wish? You mean the thing I wished for that day actually came true?
Indeed. It stayed alive for 10 years. Thank you, Lapras. It's because of you that I found happiness.
Huh. I didn't know that. My desires. All the feelings I got from the others. They didn't go to waste.
Oh. Tears streaming down Lapras' cheeks. I stretched out a finger to wipe them away, but it was already wet from the drops on my own cheek. Mitsuru-san and Fuka-san smile at us gently. Fuka-san seems a bit teary-eyed herself.
I gotta thank you, too. You made me remember something important.
After wiping her tears, Lapras looks at me, her eyes clear and determined.
Someone I have to find. I need to meet her so I can tell her something.
I'm about to extend my hand to shake hers, but it now seems too distant a gesture for us sisters. Instead, I pull her towards me and look at her face to face.
I'm sure you will. You're not alone anymore. We can search for her together.
Yeah. Thanks.
As the sun shines down, she gives me the biggest smile I've seen on her yet. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! What? That is Elizabeth. We get to actually see Elizabeth. Huh. Interesting. That is... wow. Interesting. I wonder... okay, you know what? I'm gonna end the stream here. Because I got some things I need to do. But also, next stream on Friday, I'm gonna be doing Elizabeth. Because I'm really curious to actually see what Elizabeth's been doing the past... what was it been? 4 years since Makoto left? Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, alright. So, yeah. I'm gonna end the stream here. Got to experience what happened after Narukami's, which was pretty interesting. And then after Aigis, and it was pretty interesting. So there's someone behind the doings instead of just Lapras. Interesting. I guess that's where Ultimax story comes into play. That's... okay, I'm starting to get a liking to this game. Once you get past all the reading, the story is pretty good. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I guess I'll say thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on